Welcome to 360-degree Regulatory Mastery, the PG certification in Drug, Biologic, and Medical Device Regulatory Affairs, or PGDBMRA, by Royat Training. This one-year executive online program is designed for professionals who want to build complete regulatory understanding across the life sciences industry. Today, regulatory careers demand much more than knowledge of one product category. A professional may need to understand a small molecule drug pathway, a biosimilar strategy, a medical device technical file, and the commercial impact of every regulatory decision. This program brings these connected capabilities into one structured learning journey. Through practical tools, hands-on simulations, global frameworks, and real-world decision-making, PGDBMRA helps you build confidence for modern regulatory roles. Let us begin a journey toward becoming a versatile, globally prepared regulatory professional. The modern regulatory landscape is no longer divided into simple, separate departments. Drug development, biologics, medical devices, artificial intelligence, real-world evidence, ECTD publishing, and global regulations are now deeply connected. A successful regulatory professional must understand how these areas influence one another. A product may begin as a scientific innovation, but its journey requires regulatory strategy, clinical evidence, quality documentation, labeling, market access, and life cycle planning. Regulatory decisions made early can influence development cost, approval timelines, commercial value, and patient access. This is why the future belongs to the regulatory polymath, a professional with broad understanding and sharp practical judgment. PGDBMRA is designed to help you develop this integrated capability, so you can contribute confidently across complex products, markets, and regulatory situations. PGDBMRA is a unified regulatory program that combines drug, biologic, and medical device regulatory affairs in one learning pathway. Instead of pursuing separate courses for each domain, you gain an integrated understanding of how the three sectors work independently and where they overlap. The program uses a 3-in-1 structure. You learn the regulatory foundations for pharmaceuticals and biologics, the technical and clinical requirements for medical devices, and the strategic thinking needed to manage combination products. This creates a broader and more career-ready regulatory profile. The learning experience is built around job simulations, practical tools, and global access. You will not only study regulations, you will practice thinking like a regulatory professional. The goal is to help you become ready for the real workplace, where product categories, markets, and regulatory expectations are constantly evolving. PGDBMRA is designed for current regulatory affairs professionals who want to upgrade from a single domain role into a broader, more strategic regulatory position. It is ideal for professionals involved in submission planning, life cycle management, compliance, labeling, and global regulatory operations. The program is also valuable for professionals from research and development, quality assurance, and quality control. These teams work closely with regulatory affairs during development, dossier preparation, technical documentation, and post-approval changes. Understanding the regulatory perspective makes cross-functional collaboration much stronger. Corporate learning and development leaders can use this program to create a common regulatory capability across teams. It is equally suitable for industry freshers and graduates who want a strong, future-ready entry into regulatory careers. Whether you're advancing or starting out, PGDBMRA provides a clear pathway to global regulatory competence. PGDBMRA is built on 5 pillars that together create a complete regulatory mastery framework. These pillars guide learners from product science and development through submission, global expansion, and future-ready regulatory practice. The first pillar covers domain depth in pharmaceuticals, biologics, medical devices, and combination products. The second pillar focuses on product lifecycle management, from early development to market entry and post-approval change control. The third pillar is the submission engine, including CTD, ECTD, CMC, and technical documentation. The fourth pillar covers global regulatory footprint, helping you understand major and emerging markets. The fifth pillar focuses on the future of regulatory affairs, especially artificial intelligence, real-world evidence, and data-enabled decision-making. Together, these pillars help you build an end-to-end regulatory perspective, not just fragmented theoretical knowledge. This interrelated carousel focuses on the core regulatory requirements for pharmaceuticals and biologics. Although both are therapeutic products, their regulatory logic is different. Small molecules are generally chemically defined, while biologics are complex products produced through living systems and require deeper product and process understanding. For small molecules, you will explore filing pathways such as NDA, ANDA, and Section 505(b)(2). You will understand patent strategy, exclusivity, product lifecycle planning, bioequivalence, pre-formulation studies, and drug development requirements. For biologics, the program covers BLA and biosimilar pathways, including the 351A and 351K routes. You will also learn about the Purple Book, reference product selection, monoclonal antibodies, advanced therapies, and biosimilar development strategy. This integrated learning helps you understand both traditional pharmaceutical products and advanced biologic innovations. Medical device regulation requires a different approach from pharmaceutical regulation. While drugs focus heavily on clinical, safety, and efficacy data, medical devices require strong control over design, intended use, risk management, clinical evaluation, quality systems, and technical documentation. This module introduces key pathways such as United States FDA 510(k), PMA de novo, and breakthrough device pathways. You will also understand European Union requirements including CE marking, conformity assessment, notified bodies, and the medical device regulation framework. The program also addresses combination products where a drug, device, or biologic may be combined into one therapeutic solution. These products require careful classification, coordinated regulatory planning, and clear understanding of the primary mode of action. This knowledge is highly valuable as innovation increasingly moves toward integrated therapeutic technologies. Global regulatory strategy is not simply about submitting the same dossier in multiple countries. Every market has its own approval routes, documentation expectations, timelines, local requirements, and commercial realities. A successful regulatory professional must understand both global principles and regional differences. This module covers major regulated markets such as the United States FDA, European Union EMA, United Kingdom MHRA, Health Canada, Japan PMDA, and key Middle East markets. You will learn how product pathways and regulatory expectations can differ across these regions. The program also explores emerging and regional markets, including Latin America, ASEAN, China, India, Africa, and CIS countries. This broader exposure prepares you to support international regulatory expansion, manage country-specific requirements, and plan more effective market entry strategies for drugs, biologics, and medical devices. A strong regulatory strategy must be supported by a high-quality submission package. This slide introduces the submission engine, where scientific data, quality information, regulatory formats, and life cycle planning come together to create a credible and compliant dossier. You will learn the structure of the Common Technical Document, including its 5 modules. Particular attention is given to the Quality section, commonly known as Module 3, This includes drug substance, drug product, manufacturing process, stability data, analytical methods, and control strategies. The program also covers master files, including drug master files and site master files, along with ECTD publishing and readiness. You will understand validation, life cycle management, metadata, and submission control. Finally, you will learn variation management and post-approval change strategy, enabling you to support a product beyond its first approval. Artificial intelligence is changing how regulatory work is planned, reviewed, and delivered. Traditional workflows often depend on manual literature review, hand-drafted documents, and repeated quality checks. These processes can be slow, resource-intensive, and more vulnerable to inconsistency. An AI-augmented workflow brings speed and intelligence to regulatory activities. With human-in-the-loop review, professionals can use AI-supported tools for literature analysis, content drafting, CCDS management, labeling review, data comparison, and controlled knowledge retrieval. However, AI does not replace regulatory judgment. It supports better decisions when used with clear governance, expert review, and strong data integrity. PGDBMRA helps learners understand how to use artificial intelligence responsibly, while managing risks such as hallucination, bias, confidentiality concerns, and compliance gaps in regulated environments. Real-world evidence, or RWE, helps regulatory and market access teams understand how a product performs outside tightly controlled clinical trials. It uses data from routine healthcare settings, including electronic health records, claims databases, patient registries, wearables, and long-term patient follow-up. In this module, you will learn how to move beyond traditional randomized controlled trials and identify relevant real-world data sources. You will understand how these data sources can provide insight into treatment patterns, outcomes, safety, adherence, and the broader patient journey. The program also focuses on execution. You will explore how structured evidence can support regulatory decisions, payer discussions, pricing strategy, and post-market activities. This creates a valuable bridge between regulatory affairs, clinical strategy, health economics, and commercial decision-making in modern life sciences organizations. PGDBMRA is designed to turn regulatory theory into practical capability. Knowing the regulation is important, but being able to apply it in a real situation is what creates professional confidence. This program therefore places strong emphasis on action-oriented and decision-based learning. Through real-life simulations, you will face situations similar to those encountered in regulatory roles. You may assess a product pathway, respond to a regulatory question, identify a documentation gap, or recommend a strategy for market entry. These activities help you practice making practical and defensible decisions. Case-based learning further strengthens your understanding through examples involving drugs, biologics, medical devices, and combination products. The experience is delivered through an online, accessible learning format, allowing you to learn from any location and revisit key concepts as your professional needs evolve. The key advantage of PGDBMRA is its unified approach. Many courses cover only drugs, only medical devices, or only a selected regulatory topic. PGDBMRA brings drugs, biologics, medical devices, artificial intelligence, real-world evidence, market access, and job simulation into one comprehensive framework. This makes the program especially valuable for learners who want to avoid fragmented learning. Instead of completing multiple disconnected modules, you build a broader understanding of how regulatory functions connect across the complete life sciences landscape. The program also offers strong value from a time and investment perspective. You gain the competency depth of multiple regulatory learning tracks through one integrated journey. Most importantly, you develop an adaptable profile, one that is relevant not only for today's regulatory roles, but also for the changing expectations of future global life sciences careers. Royed Training is committed to industry-focused learning that helps professionals build relevant, practical, and future-ready skills. The learning experience is designed around real workplace needs, not only academic concepts. The organization has received recognition through the Economic Times Reformer Awards for excellence in training and development. It has also been recognized among leading promising corporate online training providers, reflecting its continued focus on learner outcomes and professional relevance. PGDBMRA carries this commitment into regulatory education. The program offers dual output. Learners receive course completion certification along with a merit graduation certificate upon successfully passing the final, secure, computer-based examination. This gives learners a credible way to demonstrate both participation and achieved competency. Your next regulatory career milestone can begin here. PGDBMRA is designed to help professionals build a stronger, more versatile understanding of drug, biologic, and medical device regulatory affairs in one integrated program. For professionals, this is an opportunity to develop advanced regulatory knowledge, practical decision-making ability, familiarity with AI tools, and a broader global outlook. It can help you prepare for roles that demand more than one narrow area of expertise. For learning and development directors, the program offers an opportunity to strengthen internal regulatory capability across teams. It can support a more consistent, competent, and future-ready workforce. Visit www.royed.in or request a custom proposal for your organization. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to supporting your journey toward regulatory excellence.